Hey everybody, Tim here with today's episode of Star Trek The Next Generation, Season 1, Episode 23, We'll Always Have Paris. Honestly, I don't really have a lot to say about this episode. To me personally, I felt like this was one of the slowest episodes. It's supposed to be kind of a remake of Casablanca, but it's all about Picard coming back into contact with an old flame of his from when he was much younger. And then it turns out that she's married to a scientist now. And like they had like a connection, and they were supposed to meet and like basically run away together, but Picard didn't go. He went with Starfleet, and there's just been this rift in his life, and it's about him kind of dealing with the emotions in that. It's interesting that we kind of see more of the holodeck and like the way things are going with that. And when she goes in the holodeck, she is just amazed by it, which kind of reaffirms that the holodeck is kind of new technology, at least for this point in Star Trek. But even though we saw it in the animated series, whatever. The one thing I really like about this episode is, the scientist that they go to save, he's dealing with time and kind of time, not necessarily time travel, but the way time is relative. And they talk about how there's multiple dimensions, and we kind of see that, especially with Data at the end, how there's a past, a present, and a future. But I like how they talk about the multiple dimensions, because it's kind of ironic. In out of all of the entire Star Trek franchise, The Next Generation, strictly speaking, is the only series that doesn't encounter the mirror universe. We see it in Deep Space Nine, we see it in Voyager, we see it in Discovery, we see it in the original series, but we don't necessarily see it in The Next Generation. But we do see like kind of multiple dimensions though. So it's interesting how they start playing with that multi-theory and how time is connected to it. So I liked that in the sci-fi aspect of it. But yeah, overall, like the acting's pretty good. It's kind of a slow love story type episode, so I didn't really have a lot for this one. Which at this point, Facebook's having a lot of issues, so I'm probably going to post this along with several other videos all at once to kind of make up for that lost time. For those who have seen it, let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys for the comments, especially for the last episode, Symbiosis, that I did with my husband. Appreciate all the comments for that. If you guys haven't, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you guys for the likes. Thank you guys for the comments. Thank you guys for everything. And I will see you guys next time for the amazing episode of Conspiracy.